Alright, jumping into Final Fantasy XII. So we last left off just right after the Pharos. So here we are. Let's see what we can do. We did lose Redis, I believe. So we no longer have a guest. Fights are going to get a little bit tougher. But we'll manage. Blast the sea, blast the waves, blast it all. I don't believe he's gone. He's Redis. How could he die? The name is Judge Magister Zect, actually. But okay. Hadn't you noticed? He'd been searching for a place to die all along. Lord Redis weren't the sort of man to run away from his problems by dying. He weren't. How could he abandon this town? You'd have him regret passing? You'd have him suffer and wail for eternity? That's not what I meant. No, if he's gone, then he should rest in peace. Gods know he deserves it. Then let him. If you've time to mourn and curse him, then you've certainly time to carry on what he started. If you don't wish an eternity of regret on him, then let's do our part here, and know he's watching over us, satisfied. Satisfied? Redis? We'd be lucky if we earned not disappointed from him, but I suppose everything depends on us now. Us and Vaughn's crew. More like ashes, but okay. Since when have you trusted that lot with more than swabbing the deck? I wasn't blind. I saw the faith that Redis had in them. I'm sure they'll discover what it is they need to do in short time. Speaking of which, did you tell them about our guest? They should be meeting up at the manse as we speak. Who was that odd fellow anyway? Maybe the guy from Rosaria? Al-Cid?
Al-Cid?
Hey, it is.
We let ourselves inside. The situation is one demanding some haste, you understand?
How did you know where we were?
I think everyone does. After that
My
explosion.
little birds, they tell me many, many things. My lady, the war begins now.
Then you were unsuccessful in stopping the Rosarian fleet?
I used a variety of methods. All went according to plan until it came time to request withdrawal of our most devoted generals. In their enthusiasm for war, our great military leaders went behind my back straight to Marquis Sandor's resistance.
The Resistance?
During training, a division of the resistance ignored their orders and disappeared. They were next found exchanging broadsides with the Imperials over Old Nabradia.
Why would they go there? They were asking to be found.
You
Yep.
misunderstand. Those ships must surely belong to Rosarian division. They may have joined Andor's resistance forces as patriots or even mercenaries, but in reality they are regulars of the Rosarian army, under direct command of our war pavilion. This fifth column has invaded Imperial airspace and provoked a response. Unable to abandon them, His Excellency the Marquis was obliged to give his main fleet the order to attack. And the battleground is Dalmasca.
Of course it is.
Should this fight drag on, Rosaria will enter the fray. The defense of Dalmasca is their excuse, and we will have a war between empires.
Correct. They will bide their time waiting to strike until the Empire has spent itself against the Marquis, but then he will crush them and the Marquis both between his hands.
Vayne holds the Dusk Shard no longer. His advantage is lost.
Vayne has advantages enough. He stands on higher ground, and my birds tell me he has awoken something quite large. Bahamut, Lord of the Sky. There was a stirring in the mist, in the direction of Ridorana, I'm told. Bahamut awoke soon after this.
It is the mist that came before the crystal was undone. It breathed life into this Bahamut.
So that was the plan.
If Rethers had not stopped it when he did, how much more mist might it have drunk? All went according to Dr. Sid's designs.
Yes, the man's last great accomplishment, I fear. And so it falls to me to put an end to the thing.
Yep.
Vane commands Bahamut himself?
He comes to Rabanastar.
Then I will defend Dalmasca and stop this Bahamut. This is my charge.
That's our charge, actually.
It's our home. It belongs to us all.
And my charge is to hinder and delay this Rosarian invasion for as long as is possible. I will do what I can. Yes. When this unpleasantness is done, you must come to Rosaria. I will take you to the Amber Vale of Clanmar Grace. Such things I will show you. Until then,
What?
I will be waiting.
Yeah, Alcid's trying to land a date here, man. Stop a war, land a date. It's all in a day's work for him. Lovan, word from the Resistance. The Imperial Sky Fortress Bahamut is on the attack. This could be bad. We have no chance of fighting it from the ground. No, the only way to fight the Bahamut is to go to it by airship. The Strahl can now travel to Bahamut. The only way to fight the Bahamut is to attack it by airship. I'm counting on you. Sink that monster and make Redis proud. Lord Redis, as you well know, is with us no more. We continue to watch over the port in his stead. There's no amends to the Mance. The captains are within discussing the future of Balfonheim as we speak. If you want something, talk to those three. Bahamut. That a fish, perhaps? I've sailed many seas in my days, but I never heard of that. You'd best ask elsewhere. Bahamut, I should also say, it is a ship, not a summon. I mourn Redis, but we must always think to the morrow. How else might we continue what he started here? With Redis gone, I fear this town will revert to its old ways. At least that makes some people happy, I'd wager. They saved me, Pa. I was so happy, I went and ate too much mackerel again. Hey, mister, shouldn't you be out practicing your running? Probably. What is happening? A great mist rises, covering the sea. I fear it will engulf all the world. With Redis gone, now's our chance. No more money for the Imperial swine. We'll defend the port ourselves as we did of old. South along the shore from here, you'll find the former Redis Mance. East is the town proper. There should be like a foot race here, I just don't remember how to trigger it. I'm heading out on a long voyage. It's tough, you know. The sea is a lonely place. Folks are talking about war, but a man's got to earn his keep all the same. If he's got a strong back, he'll be welcomed down at the docks. You hear? They said Redis is dead. You show me the one that got him and I'll show you a dead man. I hear you're off to Bahamut or some such place. Sounds like a long trip. Best go prepared. Take my advice. I've been around. We can just buy Save the Queen? That seems insane. It just feels good to have a bunch of stuff. It's been a minute since I've purchased things, I guess. I feel like the protectives might be more worth it. Although everything looks like a negative right now. I guess we have gotten some pretty decent things. So maybe there won't be as much value acquired here. Actually, since we're here, let's get crazy. Let's sell our loot. I think it makes sense. We're probably at the point where we need to get some bizarre items anyways. So I don't hate this. Sorry, we start at like 4.7 million. So we can see how much we get there. That's kind of fun. I mean, look at the scroll bar. That's a good indicator of like how much we have to sell. We have so much. So we start at 4.7. We're already up at 4.9, so that's cool. Oh, we do have some coral whiskers. Those are supposed to be super rare. So that's kind of fun. So many items. I can't believe that none of this gives us... I feel like we must get a bunch of bizarre items, to be honest. Because it feels so unlikely that this gives us nothing. We've already claimed so much, but still. And I think some of them are repeatable. Oh, Blood Darkened Bone is insane. 60k is really good. Wrath of the Gods. I forget where we get that from. Got it from someone. Oh, Black Orb. Yeah, we can sell all the black orbs. We don't need those. Yeah, a lot of rare stuff. Mallet, Life Wick, Corpse Fly, Ancient Bone. The board we stole from Sid. Oh, wow. Morbid Urn. What is this? Obtain a Morbid Urn. What does that do? What does a Morbid Urn do for us? Crown of Laurel's rubber suit, sure. Soul Crossblade. Honestly, a lot of this is kind of worthless. Stoneblade, maybe not. Serpent Blade. Mesa. Okay. Yeah, I think like the Chronos pack and everything is all repeatable. Let's check this out. Like, what do we get? Got a Mesa, which is a ninja sword. Oh, clearly that's sick. What else do we get? We got Carcata. I mean, the swords are whatever, honestly. One Hit Confused, though, is kind of sick. Kaiser Shield. Got Officer's Hat, which we already had. Rubber Suit could be interesting. Ooh, that's fun. That's super fun. I mean, this is clear. Golden Skullcap is clearly better, right? It all feels pretty good. It all feels, well, really good, honestly. I'm not going to say we're going to go forth and go to Bahamut today, but we're definitely prepping for it. My husband dragged me from Rabanastre out here into these marshes to find a book. A book? Well, I've had enough of him and his blasted books. I'm teaching the youngsters how to use their techniques. It's all in the timing. Never forget that. Nary a book on ancient seafaring in sight. And what's all the commotion lately? Did I hear something about Redis? What good are techniques if you don't have the courage to fight? Say they don't fight for you, do they? No, I didn't think so. Anything up here? Nah, just some pirates. Ahoy! If you're heading out on the open seas, best take what techniques you need. You'll find none out there. I'll find none in here either, so doesn't seem to matter. Sky Pirate Redis. I looked up to him. I even wanted to be like him. A swashbuckling sky pirate. That's why I came here. Of course, now that he's gone, there's not much to look up to, is there? Maybe I'll just go home. What? I don't understand that. Just be him then. Live his life. I don't know. If that was the goal, then pursue it. Oh ho ho. Going to Bahamut, are you? Now that's a place I've never heard of that place. What? It's an Imperial Sky Fortress. Don't scare me with such talk. Alright, I take back what I said about Redis making us all sissies. Why, he's the toughest man ever lived. Cut straight through the roughest waves to do what he believed in. Now that's a pirate. So you're wanting to go to this Bahamut place, eh? Well, I always say, if you're a pirate, take the seas. If you're a sky pirate, take the skies. Proper like. Arr. Sorry about that. What will become of Balfonheim now that Redis is gone? Gets you to wondering and worrying. Don't see Imperial assayers coming to town much these days. Could be changes afoot. It hurt to lose Redis. Hurt us and the town. Won't be long before the crews are at it again. Then again, knowing Redis, he'd come back from the grave to put them in their places. Hope he don't though, because that'd be a downright eerie. Yeah, I like to get the flavor of the town. That's a lot of what we're doing today. They say the governor's gone. Don't make much difference to me though. I'll just keep at it. Do you sleep well, friend? My dreams are troubled of late. Perhaps I'm not well. Here, that's a hunt or a, just, you know, commentary on Redis' fate. Hey, Bahamut? Never heard of that, eh? An Imperial Sky Fortress. If I was to go on a journey, I'd hardly go there. Going to get a mark? How about getting the one that did for poor Redis? We're heading out on another voyage soon. Hope the town's still here when we get back, eh? There's a strange fellow who used to come through here. Haven't seen him lately. He was an odd one. Kept talking about defeating some worm out on Sarobi Steppe, but I heard all he does is yell at windmills. Pity the man that rides with him. Redis is gone. Oh no, it's true. Boo-hoo. Guess Redis won't be coming down to share a cup with us now ever. It's enough to drive a man to drink. Barman. You've got time to drown in your cups. You've got time to go out and do something about this town now that Redis is gone. That's fair. I had a few words with that Vieira just now. Turns out she's from the forest, but she ain't going back. Seems kind of sad, don't it? The world is a wonderful place, filled with ideas as diverse as its people. Such individuality was not to be found in my home. I'm sure there are marks to go for. We're just not going to do it quite yet. Look, all I want to know is, does this mean taxes go up or down? It's a fair question. Bahamut? Never heard of the place. Yet the path to anywhere starts with a single step. Why, even this canal here leads to Bahamut. But does it? I thought with Redis gone, the ones that didn't like him would be out cheering in the streets. Odd they're not. Perhaps they're biding their time. Redis is gone. How can we hope to stand up to the Empire now? You ask me? Redis was born one of them. An Imperial. That's how we had the connection to keep trade free in this town. It's funny. He actually was. What would a traveler be wanting here? This is where the honest, hardworking people of the port live, lad. We may look a bit rough in Balfonheim, but we're hardworking folk and proud of it. I can only hope it stays that way. Redis was a fine sky pirate, and no one will tell you different. But as for who he really was, I suppose we'll never know for sure. Wait, someone has to know. Do you know what he was doing in that manse all day? No? Men in this town love an argument, and when it comes to Redis, I miss him. Redis is gone and Balfonheim is lost. Letting the streets fall into chaos is like asking the Empire to come. We backed Redis through thick and thin, and now that he's gone, why, I suppose we'll back Balfonheim. Hate to see everything he did for this town go to waste. Those youths, what used to meet in the house back here, sing a different tune now that no one's here to protect them from the Empire. Do they? I say now's the time for Balfonheim to rise. We'll build our own city-state, beholden to none. Once we rule sea and sky, we'll be truly free. I hear that Redis gave up the ghost, but that can't be. He was tougher than a sun-dried leatherfish, that one. What if it's a trap? What if they're just trying to lure us what don't like Redis out so they can squish us? Alright, so maybe we can't escape the Empire. Fine, we'll buy our freedom from them. One gill at a time. Kinda like now, huh? It's literally what you're doing right now. We've already talked to all these folks. I feel that man's woes. All I want to know is, what is taxes? Our motto is buy cheap and sell cheap. We're here to help support the port because war's driving up prices something fierce. Cool. Let's go to the item shop. We definitely need to. With Redis gone, well, I'd say this town is just about finished. We might have to go back to being real pirates. Don't think Redis would approve much of that, though. Look, when I said that Redis was free to do as he pleases, I didn't mean for him to go off and get himself killed. Don't you be thinking I had anything to do with it. No better thing than fishing to ease a man's sorrows. Thing is, it's not working so well as of late. I catch a guppy, I think governor. I catch a red eye, I think Redis. Welcome. See anything you need? Better yet, see anything you don't need? I didn't think so. I don't know, 3 just seems like a good number for so many accessories. Now we're going to spend all the money. Serums? Please tell me they have serums. Oh, we're out of phoenixes. That's rough. I don't see serums. That's unlucky. We can check this, but there shouldn't be anything. Magics. Get your flaming hot magics. Buy and be happy. Oh my goodness. We're messing up. There's so much magic here. You there. You're not from this town. Hate to think there's a connection between you joining us and Redis leaving us. Dude, what? What? I'm heading out on a trip. That's what. I gotta buy some foodstuffs before I go, and you've distracted me. If I forget anything, it's your fault. Actually, before I forget something, let's put the diamond... Yeah. Diamond armlet back. I actually almost forgot about that. If you're looking for the aerodrome, it's just up ahead. Redis' manse, that's past the bazaar. North, that's the way to the Sorobi Steppe. You're looking for lifting work? Sorry, son, but times being what they are, not sure I'll be hiring anyone anytime soon. Pickings are awfully slim these days. Perhaps something to do with these rumors of war. Support towns that suffer first, I tell you. It's fair. Don't get me wrong. I like a man who's not afraid to fight. Just, I wish they were a bit more afraid of dying. You talking to me? What? Going to Bahamut? Where's that? Me, I prefer working to rambling. Aye. Work may be scarce these days, but you put your mind to it, you'll find something needs doing. Have you heard? Redis is gone. Worse, on account of that, the whole town stopped. There's hardly any work to be had. Ah, now that's a fresh face. Here to work the docks? Well, you picked the right town at the wrong time. This place is a mess. There's no work to be found anywhere. Me and me mates were hoping to make ourselves a pretty gill when this town stopped running. What's happened to this place? I already have all the maps. I was trying to find Gertie's weaknesses and bargain her down. I didn't count on her finding mine. Kupo, how embarrassing. Oh dear, a very strange chocobo has gotten mixed in with my flock. I don't remember raising that bird, but it seems happy enough here. I've tried to put it out, but it keeps coming back. Well, that's an awfully pretty feather you have. What a strange feather. Did you hear something? Who said that? You heard me. I'm a chocobo, innit? Just 'cause a bloke's on a short side, it don't make him no bloomin' cockatrice. people these days, eh? No respect. And they're even worse back in Giza. Can't do nothing. Go for a stroll and they stick you back in your pen. I put up with it for years, but then I saw me chance. I was off, and I ain't never going back. Not that they'll find me out here, of course. Did you just hear that? How odd. I wonder what it was. Maybe? Oh. I was hoping I could rent the cockatrice. How do I get him out? How do I... Kupo, now that's an odd looking chocobo. Say, is it cheaper to hire one of those? Maybe? Okay, there it is. Hey Gertie, how much to hire that funny looking chocobo? Actually, I've never seen that chocobo before in my life, Kupo. But I'll take a gill for it. That's cheap. You should get rid of it for him. Well, I'm off, Kupo. On the road again at last. Blimey, what's your game then, eh? I ain't going nowhere, mate. I'm happy here. Thanks for asking. Here, this is for you, Kupo. If you hadn't noticed, this chocobo when you did, I never would have gotten out of here. Let's go, Kupo. Giddy up. Oh, that's below the belt, that is. You knew how I can't resist a good giddy up, didn't you? Somehow you knew what's a poor bloke to do. All right. Have it your way. Whatever makes you happy. Wouldn't want you unhappy, would I? Bleaking cheek. Of course, it ain't half bad being a chocobo. What? How far could they really get? I guess pretty far. Got an Arcana. I think we're going to be getting a lot of those. I don't know, I've heard so much about treasure on Cerobi Steppe, which is why I'm like walking the way I am. I'm seeing if there's any around. We've got the diamond armlet, that seems good. I feel like eventually we should find something cool, right? Maybe? Oh, sick. Love that. Definitely what we were looking for, not a rust. Yeah, I kind of miss Redis in the party. He was so cool, helping us out and everything. Here we are, damn near defenseless. Another not a rust. The thing is, if this is really rare, good, like, drops, then, you know, all it takes is one. Probably gonna be seeing a lot of rust. And maybe, occasionally, some good things. Alrighty. Continuing through. Continuing with the violence. The barrier is kind of cool for him. And honestly, the LP from him is insane. It's nice to just get all that into Gil. Feels like if there was treasure, it'd be in the North Sword, because it's kind of out of the way. I don't know, I'm just making it up. I have no idea, to be completely honest. I don't know where I'm supposed to expect value at this point. Well, there's a chest. Ah, 95 gil. The sheer value. Not a rust. Some money. Maybe Cerobi doesn't have any good treasure. My gosh, 1 gil. Well, I wasn't wrong in saying that a lot of the value, or a lot of the treasure is going to be in the North Sword. It's just not worth it. Interesting. Okay, well, I think we've done most of what we can here. Go through the crossfield, I suppose. That's a glowing recommendation, right? Going through the crossfield, I suppose. Nice. Yeah, it would be nice to still have Redis for some fights, but to be honest, the game shouldn't be that hard. Like this game's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it is not the hardest Final Fantasy game to play. That's for sure. I thought that was treasure. I'm blind. I thought that was treasure. Scary. Reverse and disable. I mean, it feels like I can just hang out, right? Like, if I just hang out, disable will go away. That's what makes ×4 broken. Ringworm liver is kind of nice. Not a rust. Love it. Alright, so maybe we shouldn't have gone this way. I don't know. Another not a rust. Love it. I'm also thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe going into Hen Mines would have been more better with Redis. I don't know. I almost feel like we're really good though, so I don't know how worried we should actually be. To be completely honest. All the knots of rust. That's the play. That's the value, man. Go through. Got Gil. Again, very exciting. We should probably figure out these windmills. We haven't really done that, have we? Really what I'd like to do is I'd like to teleport to Giza and see if that cockatrice is back. Let's go to Rabbinaster. That's essentially Giza. Oh, it's the dry too, so that's beneficial. Not a rust. Some money. Love it. Let's go. Maybe. All the cockatrices are finally back. Dania told me it's all because of you. Thank you. Oh, that was it? Oh. I'll do better this time. Who needs a magic feather anyway? I'll figure out what they're thinking on my own. I wasn't sure what we were going to do, but they're all back safe and sound now. In fact, they seem better than ever. Like they actually learned a thing or two on their travels. Of course, Tara's thrilled they're back too. Perfect. We got them figured out. That's really exciting. Alright, one thing I'd like to go over. Also important. What's going on with the Sky Pirates gang? Oh, awarded for obtaining rare goods on the bazaar. Behemoth King. Sure, this place is getting a little bit crowded. We're getting so much value. Yeah, let's look at the Lusu mines. I'm curious. Being a variety of stealing draped in crimson fur, the most vampiric of their ilk, obtaining sustenance from other creatures' blood alone, making their abode in Madasite mines and other darkened places. They feed on beasts and miners alike. Because of this, they are renowned for spreading disease and depriving many a mine of its entire workforce in the space of days. Lusu Mines, a crystal mine located on the sky continent of Dorstonus. Many years have passed since the ore veins were first discovered here, yet even today, high-quality ores are found and processed in these well-worked shafts. Many claim that the success of the mines is due to a project begun many centuries past by the Ondor family, whereby mining across their domains was closely regulated, never permitting too much to be drawn from one place, thereby allowing the Madasite crystals to naturally recover. The Lusu mines are most famous for their high caliber of skystone, the material which enables airships to ply the skies, and memstones, a variety of Madasite that can store sound and even images in its unique crystalline structure. Unfortunately, the dense concentration of mist in the mines lure all manner of beasts, and when mining expeditions are planned, palings must be erected to keep such creatures at bay. Headless. The Headless are surmised to be criminals of the Darklands, whence they came. So called for the harnesses they must wear, obscuring their bowed heads. These poor souls are tortured to distraction, their only hope of release being to coat their harnesses in the fresh blood of others. Thus they cut with blades both cruel and sharp, and in hideous ritual rub the severed limbs of their victims upon themselves. Bujerba, an autonomous city-state found on the sky continent Ardostonus. Originally formed as a Madicite mining colony, with the advent of airship travel, the Madicite mines of the Skylands are superior to crystal mines on the surface in both quantity and quality of ore, and Bujerba developed quickly on fortunes born of rock. During the years of the Galtean Alliance, the Ondor family took over much of the daily business of Bujerba's governance, a rule which continues to this day. Their neutral stance during the Arcadian invasion 2 years ago positioned them as mediators of the peace negotiations that followed. Like much of Dorstonus, Bujerba is a city of hills and sloping boulevards. Merchant houses and shops are clustered near the peaks, while residences are found in the valleys. At the very bottom of the hills lies the network of crystalline shafts known as the Lusu Mines. Many visitors come to Bujerba to enjoy the open-air parks with spectacular views only available to those who live in the sky. Very rarely does anyone fall from the Sky City, and curiously enough, not a single death has been reported to have resulted from such an occurrence to date. That is interesting. Killer Mantis. Being a great insect with forelimbs resembling sharp scythes, the head being directly attached to and forming a part of the creature's upper body. The forelimb blades being jointed in 3 places, the better to grasp prey, their tips sharp as needles. While aggressive, they are also known to be quite cautious, raising their size at the first sign of danger to threaten and give warning to potential predators. Know what happens if you take in tight lightning and direct the charge at Electrum? I'll tell you, you get gold. Or something quite close at least. Once the stuff was used in all manner of weapons for the look, these days you'll find little other than the odd golden axe that still uses the stuff. So you see, all that glitters really isn't gold. Dullahan. Being a fallen angel with guilt-burdened wings, its behaloed head cut off and cruel brace set in its place. Though originally emissaries sent to warn mankind of a natural death, they came to enjoy the grim spectacle. The swords they wield are called blood brands, a sign of their bloody treachery against humanity. Pervama, the floating lands. A great landmass floating in the skies above the Naldoan Sea. Such landmasses are not uncommon, found throughout Ivalice in every sort and size, though the manner of their formation remains a mystery. The region in which they float has some bearing on their climate, however most are warm to subtropical, boasting primordial jungles in which flora and fauna both rare and wondrous can be seen. The crust of these floating islands boasts a high Madicite concentration, and after airships became a common mode of transport, mining colonies sprung up on the richest outcrops. Bujerba in Dorstonus is the largest of the Sky Cities, and oversees the administration of many of the rest. Bug. Being a rare strain of mimic, its shell turned a jet black due to Madicite consumption in the larval stage. While the Madicite content of its body works to harden its shell against attacks, this effect is lost outside the Madicite-rich areas. Consequently, all attempts at laboratory inquiry into the creature have been in vain, and its mechanisms for absorbing the power of Madicite remain a mystery. Metal of the highest grade is being traded as fast as it hits the market. Word has it that a certain war council has seen which way the winds blow, and is pouring all its efforts into gearing up for the coming conflict. What's more, it's begun buying up broken weapons from anyone who will sell. I suppose even a notched blade is better than a handful of gil when the going gets rough. Dark Lord. No warrior band of flesh and blood has followed so dark a leader as this cold corpse, wrapped in armor caked in the gore of countless slaughtered enemies. Chilling though it may be, there is reason behind this macabre decoration. In the barbaric past, it was thought that true victory came when you defeated not only the body, but the soul of your enemy. Once the physical vessel of the soul was slain, the victim's remains were defiled and rubbed on the victor's armor withal, so that the soul would find no sanctuary but the arms of its enemy. Yet the hatred of the fallen placed a curse upon these men, trapping them in their grisly armor, even in death, and so they fell to dark wanderings. Not all souls are created equal, my friend. No, I ain't no missionary trying to peddle me faith. Try listening with your ears, not your mouth. According to my information, and it's as good as its kind gets. The ones what top the list are called imperial souls, see? It take a hero, a legend, or a first-class crook what's got himself a serious reputation to make that grade. Pandora. Some boxes are made to be opened, others to remain closed. A prime example of the latter is none other than the Pandora, a fiendish creature that assumes the look of a chest or coffer, granting death to any who open it. But oh, the folly, for still it is whispered that the taboo upon the death box opening is nothing more than a rumor spread by those avaricious few who would claim the treasures inside for themselves. How many hearing this have opened what they believe to be a boon, only to find a bane? Though it appears to be naught but a puppeteer's fantasy, the Pandora is a crafty creature, with complex, highly developed innards that somehow harness the power of lightning. Where blood flows in our veins, lightning flows in theirs. Its heart, charged with the task of sending that lightning to the rest of its body, works much like the engine of an airship. Mechanists call this unusual organ the wrath of the gods. That is interesting. Oh, Necrofiend. Witness the fate of those whose learned minds were offered up in sacrifice by alchemists performing forbidden rites in pursuit of eternal life. These monstrosities live forever, on the border between life and death, neither breathing the sweet air nor knowing the peace of eternal rest. Though they retain dim memories of their former lives and knowledge, their hearts were sundered long ago, and they are without morality or honor, wholly consumed by jealousy of the living. They say that the candle's flame is the shining of a soul. As the life dwindles and fades towards the end of its days, so does the flame flicker, gradually dimming until it disappears in a whiff of smoke. If the flame is the soul, then the smoke is the soul, ascending to heaven. So did the candle earn its place in ceremony, and these tallows are called life wicks. Cool. Alright, well, there's a lot to read, so we're probably going to end it for now. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You come back, we'll probably do some more hunts and jump back into Final Fantasy XII. Till next time.